I would like to now introduce our first speaker of the day, Doris Hampton. Doris first visited Prasanthi Nilayam in 1983 and stayed there for 9 months. She has held many positions in the SSIO at the Center, Regional, ISSE and World Foundation levels. Her most notable passion has been serving the community through various SSEHV programs. Doris has had a big impact in the greater St. Louis area and where she has taken Psi teachings to schools, churches, universities, and government agencies. She has worked with formerly homeless and abused women and their children via the SSEHV program for many years. She has been a speaker and presenter at many conferences and retreats in Poland, Zambia, and Prasanthi Nilayam. She has also been recognized for the development of Outstanding Community Service Program by former President Bill Clinton. Doris headed up the project for the Global Compendium of SSEHV, which was presented to Swami on the morning of his birthday in 2018. A fun fact about Doris. Doris is a very affectionate, adorable friend who is always there for you. Her love and devotion for Swami, for the Satyasai education in human values is remarkable. And her title for today's talk is Lights of Love. Please join me in welcoming Doris to the podium.
Sairam, dear sisters. Sairam. Come on, Sairam. 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 I'm just so grateful to our beloved Sri Satya Sai Baba for the opportunity to be here with my Sai sisters, and I would like to use this opportunity for us to put together our energy, that divine love that we have inside, and let's send the light, the love to the children at the border, the southern border in our country. Let's just take a few moments to do that. That's our active participation. That's us actively using, as Priti mentioned, all that we have inside of us. I remember reading in the revised version of the Bhagavad Gita that, and these are Swami's words, that we all can have unconditional love, but it must be activated. A door can love, so we must take and activate the love that's already inside of us. And with that, I'd like to give a big shout out to our dear sister, Kalika Grana, who is leading the Satyasai Institute, or the Institute of Satyasai Education USA, and she's doing a fantastic job. So a big shout out to her. I'll grab my notes. Also, some people are just special. And we, being a part of the planning team for this conference, I'd like to point out, because it's up to us to support each other, that our leader, Priti, is one of those persons, and I'd like to read to you what I wrote about her. She worked tirelessly in the planning and in the coordination of this conference, and we worked in unity, and I sometimes get very quiet and just observe, and I remember her. And I could hear her mind thinking, and also just so impressed with her patience inclusion. So let's give Priti a big hand. And Priti, you are indeed a side lioness on the move. Let's give her another hand. And an example for us all to follow. Sometimes we forget, Swami tells us told us over and over and over in his discourses, many times that we're all embodiments of divine love, prema swarupa, embodiments of divine love. And so I'd like for us to just take a few moments, and center ourselves in that divine love that's already inside of us. Let's close our eyes. And we're going into that ocean of divine love and letting it permeate every single cell of the body. And spreading and connecting with our dear sisters here, and spreading out through this city, this state, this world, the universe. Because we are indeed all one. Thank you. Based on Swami's teachings, and we're all born with our scars or broken in some manner, and that's called karma. We all come in with something that we must work through, otherwise we would not be here. And so, during my intense search for God, and also thinking that he was someplace outside of myself, shortly before I became aware of the form of SSIO, these words came to me, and now I know they were from our beloved Lord Swami. Seek my counsel, for I hear the cry of all your broken dreams of yesterdays. For as surely as the wind blows and the sun shines upon your face, I am with you. Each cry of anguish is likened to the stitching of a wound. I am the surgeon that stitches and mends the wound, and I am the nurse that patiently watches over you until you are whole again. Do not despair, for I am with you. My love surrounds you, my arms enfold you. You are my beloved. The SSIO Education in Human Values became a major venue for me in my life, for Swami to mend those wounds, and he's still patiently watching over me until I am whole again. Sometimes the needles feel a bit blunt, sometimes a little bit sharp, and most times the needles feel blunt. And on my first trip to Swami in 1983, I stayed for 9 months, and I would sit there in darshan, and Swami would come through, and I remember many times saying, Swami, I know that there's something I'm supposed to be doing. I don't know what it is. What is it, Swami? What is it? And I remember Swami, wait, and we all know that. Wait. So I'll share with you some of what those waits meant in my life. In 1983, prior to the first trip to Prasanthi, I was invited by a friend to attend a meeting at the Ebell Theater in California. And a film was shown of Swami, and they also talked about his education programs. I mentioned I had been on this intense search. I knew that this was God, and my search was over. I mean, that was it. And so they also, as I mentioned, talked about Swami's education program, and it just, everything resonated with my spirit. And we all know that feeling, where it just resonates with you. And so again, a major part of my journey has been working with his SSIO Education and Human Values program with the community at large, and so many doors have been opened. And it is indeed his grace and his blessings to be a part of his unprecedented international program. And it's shaped in the form of acceptance of every single person on this earth, regardless of race, religion, culture, all the isms in our society. And Priti mentioned, or the young lady that did the introductions to the Compendium, and what we did was we brought all the work that's being done across the globe and compiled it in a book, the Global Compendium, and it just felt so good to see the work and how quickly our Lord Sai's message is moving across the globe. I'll talk about one project in particular that we did in St. Louis, and the seeds for that project actually originated in Prasanthi a few years ago during the birthday celebrations, and a group of us ladies were invited to a meeting with Chandana Raju, who heads up the Ishwarama Women's Welfare Trust. And she shared with us the enormous amount of work that's being done for the ladies, the poor ladies in the village, surrounding villages there in the southern part of India, and I'm sure the project now has moved to other parts of India. This initiative was initiated by our Swami, and you can find more information about it on the website, the SSIO website. One of the things that she did was request that when we return to our respective countries, that we explore ways that we could develop something similar for women in our countries, and also based on the culture in which we lived. So after returning to St. Louis before the Christmas holidays, I had purchased some new living room furniture before I got rid of the old, so both were sitting in my living room, and I called up the Salvation Army, the Goodwill, other used, shops. No one would pick up the furniture, and it was weird, and I'm listening to what they're saying, and I'm thinking, that's strange, because I know that you pick up furniture, and they're telling me, we don't do that. And I thought, well, what am I going to do? I can barely walk in my living room. And so I was talking with a friend, a colleague, and I told her about the situation, and she said, and this is before Christmas holidays, and she said, oh, don't worry. And when she said, I should have known when she said, don't worry, because those are some of Swami's words too that he tells us, don't worry. She said, my twin sister is the executive director of Center for Formerly Homeless Women and Their Children. They would love to have the furniture that you have, because what they do is help the women with housing for the families. They they have to stay in a 2-year program, and they also help to furnish the houses for the women. And so she put me in touch with her sister, and her sister, the executive director of the location, said, I'd like to meet with you. And she said, we will pick up the furniture, and they did. She said, I'd like to meet with you, so we met. And she said, my sister told me that you work with some human values character education program. Tell me about it. And of course, I'm going inside like, okay, Swami, something is up here. And so I told her about just a bit about the program. She said, oh, and the rest is history. So what we did, keep up with my notes, and I try not to go too far off. This was about 3 weeks after the meeting with Chaitanya and Prasanthi, and just to show you how our Lord works. So we got busy, we developed the SSEHV project for the housing program for 35 homeless families, or formerly homeless families, a total of about 150 individuals, women and their children. We developed a proposal, we conducted an SSEHV training for our center members interested in the project, and also for all the staff that worked with the women. We all came together for a training at one of the universities there in St. Louis. And we pulled in other folk trained in SSEHV, and some of those folk, I know that Bianca and her brother, Satya, all were a part of the trainings too, with the University of Missouri Extension Program, their Health and Nutrition Department. And then I worked with 2 ladies, and I was on the board with our local PBS TV station. So we pulled them in and got them trained in SSEHV. And we also worked with the Health Department and the Education Opportunity program. We conducted a needs assessment for the ladies because we wanted to ensure that we were addressing their needs, not what we thought, they needed, but what they felt they needed. And we conducted cultural diversity training for our size center members. And then after 5 months of putting all of this together, and after the meeting in India, we conducted our first Satya Sai Education in Human Values project session with the ladies and with their children. During that first session, we presented the SSEHV lesson plan, and after the silent sitting, we asked if anyone wanted to share what they felt. And this lady was beaming. And she was going, I'll share. Remember this, Chandra? And then she said, I saw the ocean. When I closed my eyes, I saw the ocean. And then I saw this man coming out of the ocean in a long white robe, lots of bushy hair, and he was smiling at me and walking towards me. And I felt so much love, and I still feel that love. Who was that man? And we all had to put our hands over our mouths because we wanted to tell her who this was, but we thought quickly on our feet. We're there to present the program and not talk about the form of SWC. So we continued on with our session. And Chandra is shaking her head in remembrance. And Manisha was there also, a part of this. And what I'd like to do is share the process, because the project ran like a well-oiled, harmonious, loving sigh machine. We worked in harmony. And Swami, a Sai devotee and a friend in St. Louis, and I coordinated the project. She coordinated everyone at the Sai Center level and helped with the SSEHV trainings. And I worked with the program development and outreach to the community. The Sai young adults trained in SSEHV, they worked with the children. And the other adults, I don't know what you would call older or whatever, we worked with the women. And we followed up each session of SSI education in human values with a built-in workshop, computer skills, stress management, continuing education, parental involvement, diet, healthy eating, resume writing, job skills, and others. And we also provided GED tutoring. Other Sai Center members not trained in SSEHV pitched in and helped out, and they cleaned and painted the rooms where we did the sessions. One devotee owned a Subway sandwich shop and donated the lunches for our sessions. Others donated furniture, toys, clothing, computers, and our Sai Center members always donated to buy holiday gifts for the women and their children. Some of the testimonies: the lives of families at our Center for Formerly Homeless Women and their children are plagued with so many crises, such as mental and physical illness, sexual, physical, and economic abuse, classism, racism, and many economic and education difficulties. The SWC Education and Human Values Service Project looks at true core values families need to help them avoid and or better deal with the above issues. The holistic approach helps to reinforce these important values to families. Your positive, uplifting, and supportive team of volunteers is greatly appreciated. The executive director of that location. This opportunity to be with women and their children has been the most uplifting experience I have ever had in my whole life. Having been involved in this project from the beginning and to see it growing is very inspiring. We can see how sincere and committed the women are in learning the SWC education and human values. They truly appreciate the values of being taught to their children. It's amazing to see how these kids imbibe the values. I've learned so much from these women. Their strength, their courage, and faith in God is amazing. The love I receive from the kids and mothers is priceless. That's one of our Sai Center volunteers. And this sums it up of the compilation of all the testimonies by the participants. We are very appreciative. We feel like God is blessing us. We are very thankful. And that's from one of the participants. So in working with Swami's program to expand his teachings and love to the community at large, Swami remains the surgeon, still stitching wounds from the ego, self-doubt, and all the other ills that we carry. He has built into his program the requirements of constant self-reflection, constant integrated awareness, and understanding in how we can manifest our own innate divinity and using what's already inside of us like a toolbox, that all the situations that we come across in our lives on a daily basis. Truth, right action, peace, love, nonviolence. And he's patiently, as the nurse, is right here to ensure that we all are healing and becoming whole again. So as we move forth with courage, our light shining brightly, perseverance, and the love of Sai in our hearts, we can always know, as Priti mentioned, that he's always with us, guiding, directing, sustaining, and loving. And as we are serving others with his program and in other ways, we are indeed becoming brighter and brighter and shining the light of his divine love to all. Sai Ram, Sai